I've been playing the RavenIdle open beta stress test for the last couple days. In this episode, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the game. I'm going to discuss gameplay mechanics, as well as how you can earn in the game, and along the way, give you a few factors to consider if you're thinking about playing the game. And we'll end up with my thoughts on the game and whether I'm going to continue to play. So if that sounds interesting to you, please stand by. Hey everyone, welcome back. Bronze Dragon sitting here saying once again, thanks for dropping by. As always, I appreciate the time you spend with me, so let's dive right in. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe on the video if you want to see more RavenIdle and RavenQuest content. Okay, I did a video on this last week, and I've done a couple other ones. This is a game that was supposed to go live in the middle of the summer, but some big problems came up. The overloading of the servers happened. They just basically got, it was more popular than what they expected. A lot more people rushed the servers to jump on and start playing than what they expected, so they had to rebuild the game, right? Okay, so flash forward to a couple days ago, they went live with an open beta. The object was to stress test the servers to make sure they weren't going to overload. And as of right now, that looks good. So I've been playing the game for the last couple days and having generally fun with it. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a quick tour around the game and talk about it a little bit. Okay, we're just going to run through here kind of quickly, and I'm going to discuss a little bit about each screen. It's pretty straightforward, not very complicated at all. The whole game is not available during the beta test, but enough of it is to get a good idea about the game. Okay, first screen we're going to talk about is your character screen. Everybody's familiar with a character screen if you played an MMO or an RPG before. You know, you've got your character, you've got your attributes, you've got your resistances and your attacks and stuff like that. You've got where your equipment goes down here, and you've got your inventory, which your inventory is really filterable. A lot of filters built in, plus you can expand it. This isn't a game where you buy bags and buy bigger bags. You just have to keep paying increasingly higher amounts of money to increase the size of your bag, and we're talking in-game money and not real money. So there's your character screen. At the top you will notice that you do have your effort, your monk coin, and your silver. Your silver is your in-game money. Your monk coin is kind of a premium in-game money which you can earn or you can buy on the monk shop, and you have your effort, which is expended to do things like farm and craft and things like that. Okay, jumping on next, you have the battle pass screen. Now, just like every other free to play game, you will have a battle pass available. On a daily basis you can claim free rewards, or obviously if you pay, it's $12 on a monthly basis. You can get the premium side as well, which obviously helps you rack up stuff a lot quicker. On this screen is also your daily quests or your missions, daily missions, which you can earn experience off of completing. You can see today I've crafted 10 items and I've harvested five crops. Haven't done any of these others, but you get the idea. Now, one item here to mention is that if you want to make money in this game, or have the possibility of making any money in this game, you do have to be subscribed to the premium. Okay, now on to achievements, and this is what it's all about. This is like the one thing you should take away from this video, really, is the fact that what I found out is it's all about the achievements. Okay, the achievements, you earn points. You can see that each, like, say for instance, I did some blacksmithing. I got blacksmithing level 5. I earned 10 leaderboard points and 1 monk coin. Okay, so if you're interested in actually making anything off of this game, it's all about accruing these points, okay, on a season by season basis. Okay, a season's about a month. You subscribe for that season, and you're going to go in and try to get as many achievement points as possible to place on the scoreboard. And the higher you place on the scoreboard, the more you're going to take away. That's the way it works. And once again, you have to be subscribed to be able to take part of that pot away. And once again, you have to be subscribed to be able to get part of that pot. The higher you place on the scoreboard, then on a month basis, then the more you're going to take away. Now, what they advertise, let's look over here on their webpage. 100% of the sales go to the prize pool. They're putting a certain amount in for the prize pool, plus whatever the total people subscribe for, that goes in the prize pool away as well. So they say up to 570,000 in quest rewards, 70,000 guaranteed in quest rewards, and 28 days to climb the ladder. So it's not quite a full 30 days, but it is 20 days. You do have 28 days rather. You do have to be subscribed, and it's going to be a relatively large pool. But a takeaway there is, like I said on the achievements, is this game is built to be kind of a short time-based game. Do a little bit here, a little bit there. But I feel like the people that are going to be high on the scoreboard are going to be on this all day long. Okay, moving on. Infusion. If you're used to playing RavenQuest, Infusion is a cool way to increase the, make your equipment better, okay? So you can create equipment through your different skills. Okay, like in this example, I crafted this armor. It's leather armor. It's called Nomad gear, and it is leather because I'm playing kind of a rogue healing build out, rogue warrior healing build out, which is working pretty good. Either way, the topic here is you build out your equipment through your skills, right? And then you use infusion to increase the quality of that gear. I have increased this gear, it's yellow, up to the Ascendant version, which basically every time you increase the level, your stats get better, right? And for the most part, you use what's called infusions, which you get dropped off of mobs in the game that you're fighting. You can also, one thing I do like about this game that I thought was really cool is you never really have to sell off old gear or anything because it's never wasted. Because if you say, so this is tier 2 gear, once I get to the level where I'm building tier 3 gear, I don't need to sell this. It wasn't a waste putting all those infusions into it, because what I can do is I can turn around, put the new gear up here, and take this one, put this down here, and then infuse that gear into the new gear, and it keeps rolling. So in other words, there's no wasted infusions along the way, and your gear just keeps getting rolled into the next tier higher, helping you get better. So I very much like that. Next up is your skill tree. This is where you pick what kind of character you want. And along the way, as you level up, you start off with one skill tree and you pick up another one. And then finally, you pick up your third one. So I started out with Shadow, which is kind of like a rogue build. Warfare, which is kind of like a warrior build. And then Holy, because I wanted to toss a little bit of healing in there. And along the way, you can use your points that you get from leveling up to acquire new skills. Now, in RavenQuest, you can take and increase the level of those skills. Not in this game. You get it and you've got the skill, right? Up here in the right corner, you can manage their order. So you can put them in order. However, a takeaway here that I've learned during this stress test is that some of these you have to be very aware of the cooldowns, because I'll put these in order like I wanted them. Like this is a buff, gain additional 15% critical chance for 8 seconds. I follow that up by a coup de grace, and then I follow that up by a brutal strike, and then amend. Okay, and say for instance, this coup de grace has a long cooldown, 45 seconds. So this brutal strike only has a 1 second cooldown. So that means that it will be ready a lot faster than what this is. Okay, so as these go through, you might not see the exact order happen every time due to some cooldowns happening. Now, I'm not saying copy this. I'm just experimenting with these things. But I will say consider the cooldowns because that will come into play. But you can put your skill order in place, and that's how your character will use them. Okay, next up we have the Monk Shop and the Prize Pool. These are not available during beta, but the Monk Shop will be just like in RavenQuest, where you can buy stuff with the Monk Coin, which is the premium in-game currency. And the Prize Pool will keep you aware of probably how the standings go, how you are doing on the leaderboard, as well as where the Prize Pool stands, this season, what money's involved, Now, next up is the monster screen. You can see that my character is actively fighting wolves here because I am a in crafting, I've been doing weaving because weaving encompasses both cloth and leather items. So I wanted to be able to make leather gear for my rogue. So that's what I did. I've been fighting wolves and bears a lot to get their skins, for obvious reasons. But you can see this screen here. This is probably where you're going to spend a lot of time. This is where you set your character up. You go in and you pick which level you want to go. So you could go to Glademire, Saheho, whatever. And then you can look down and see what kind of characters you want to fight. So like I said, right now my character is fighting level 18 through 20 wolves. You can buy some health potions off the merchant, which we'll get to in a minute, and then set your character up with a variety of potions if you wish. And then you can just click hunt. Start your hunt, and it just goes, okay? And this is when you can, walk away, go do something else. I've had this going all day. I've been doing my primary work every few hours. I look over, I change things up a little bit, and go back to work, right? Like I said, you can also do on this phone, but it's basically hunting experience, and everything you get off the mobs, you'll see a running thing here. You see the experience I'm getting, the silver I'm getting. Once in a while, I'll get a drop like a hide or something, or a spool of hair, which is used in crafting, and they'll just go into your inventory. Now, the next section is land. Just as you would think, you come to land to plant crops or trees and other kind of crops to increase your farming level. You can also plant trees for cutting down wood, and also you would go here for husbandry, growing animals and such. So this is your whole farming page, so to speak. And here is where you can pay silver to upgrade the size of your land. I've upgraded it once, but it's one of those things that it increasingly gets more expensive along the way, but you can increase the size of your land. Next up is the merchant. Just as you would think, you would come in here and you could sell the random drops. As far as selling off, I have not been successful in like selling things in RavenQuest you would want to sell on the store, like say corn. I grew some corn. I can't sell that to this vendor. He just wants to buy non-valuable drops off of mobs that have no other use, in other words. Like in this case, the wolf steak. It's called wolf steak, but it's not used for cooking anything. It's just used for selling to the merchant. So that's what the merchant's there. And once again, I told you can come in here and you can buy different levels of health potions. Okay, next up we have dungeons. This is one of those things that you can take your character when it's not doing something else, and you can enter the dungeon and you can claim rewards once a day. And they have a variety. Obviously, the more dungeon floors you fight your way through, the higher your rewards. You can see here the highest I've gotten so far is floor 16, and you can claim rewards once daily. Or you can pay along the way, and I think you can get it up to 3 daily claims if you want to do the dungeon 3 times a day. But you get a variety of experience as well as rewards out of that. Next up is trade packs. If you're familiar with trade packs in RavenQuest, you'll be familiar here. Basically, it's a way to make money in a different fashion by growing this stuff. So you can build trade packs. So in this crisp produce trade pack, I'd have to grow 20 apples, 10 broccoli, 20 peas, and 10 beans. Then I could craft a trade pack, and then I could send the trade pack and earn, I think, money as well as probably experience as well. So it's an idea in RavenQuest. You actually have to take that trade pack, risk getting ganked, and take it to another city and turn it in to get your money and experience. But that's the same kind of idea is here. Okay, now, I do not have any idea about the Gladiator Arena, but this is also locked at this point, unlocks at the end of the season, and it says requires a premium battle pass. When this opens up, I'll have more information on it. Next up are the professions. You have the gathering and you have the crafting, and under gathering you have mining, you have woodcutting, fishing, and herbalism, which are both locked for me right now. But just as like you would say, instead of fighting mobs, you would just go in, you want to gather some copper ore, you would just click gather, and it would sit there and it would gather copper ore for you and also tin ore until you press stopped. You would also get mining experience along the way. Same with wood cutting, okay? And then that dives down and it kind of marries with the crafting you want to do, because you're going to have to gather in a lot of cases. Like if you wanted to do blacksmithing, you would also have to do mining to mine the stuff to blacksmith with. So my blacksmithing is level 12 because I wanted to come in here and make some daggers. So I made serrated daggers, and I ended up making the second level noble daggers to use as well. The armor I don't use because I'm using leather, but you get the idea. And then you have carpentry, you have cooking, which you can make food that will give you buffs, just like in game. You have weaving, like I said, that does cloth and leather armor. And you have alchemy, which will make a variety of potions, which is still locked at this point. Finally, down at the bottom, you have the leaderboard, which, just like it sounds, you can look at the leaderboard, how that's doing. You have your trophies, which you can earn trophies. You can see that I've earned 1 trophy in game. The interesting part about trophies is that once you have that trophy, you get a buff of some sort. Like in this case, the Hook Mask trophy, it gives me, this trophy grants you a permanent bonus to healing power plus 4%. And a lot of these mobs that you're fighting has a very low chance of dropping the trophy, but if you get it, it's just going to help your character out in some way. Utilities. Okay, so the utility setting is when you want to use, you can go in here, we talked about this earlier, but when you want to use your health potions and when you want to use drinks and foods, and you can set them here. So obviously this is just a first look. It's 2 days in, but I will say that although I've run into some issues, obviously it's an open beta, there's some issues. It's nothing that would prevent me from playing the game. In fact, this game has kind of got its claws into me. I found over the last couple of days, I've been spending a lot of time and effort on this game. And it's not that it's really hard to do. It's something that you can do when you're doing something else, right? It's just that I think continuing, I guess it's just the thing about making your character better, continually doing stuff that makes your character better. And like I said, I think the emphasis, especially if you are going to be in this to try to earn a higher spot on the leaderboard, is going to be on achievements. You go into achievements, and they have achievements for most everything in the game here, and you're just going to have to go in there. Say, for instance, blacksmithing. You just work your way down the list, and it progressively gets harder, but it also progressively gives you more leaderboard points. It's all going to be about, I know I've stressed this, but it's all going to be about these achievements, because that's how you're going to rank your way up on the leaderboard. Obviously, after people play it for a little while, there's going to be probably some, I don't want to say easy, but most efficient route to get your achievement points. But I'm just playing it for the fun of it. I am going to get the battle pass for the first season and see how it goes. Just because, like I said, it's got its hooks in me. I will stop here and say that if you want to start playing the game when it goes live, it's slated to go live later this month in September. There's no date on it. You can join the official Discord and get the announcements. I do have a referral code in the show notes of this show. Please use it if you want to get started. I have no idea. The one thing I thought was kind of weird is that usually when a game gives you a referral code, says, hey, use this referral code to help us get new players, they tell you exactly what you get out of it, like what you get on your side and what you get the person that uses your referral code. In this case, I've seen some terminology or some statements that say that you get 500 free of these coins, monk coins, if you use it. I don't know, because I can't even get an answer out of the team on Discord. There's a lot of questions go out, and they've been pretty good about answering questions. But whenever I pose a question about the referral program, I get no answer. But if you'd like to join, I'd appreciate it if you use that code or that link, and we'll see what we end up getting. Otherwise, like I said, I'm looking forward to playing this game. I've been no-lifing it, kind of, so to speak, over the last couple of days on this game. So I think I might even like it better than RavenQuest. Bringing that up, it is meant to work hand in hand with the quest token that you get from RavenQuest and RavenIdle. It's a Web3 token. It's on the immutable protocol. It can be bought, sold. You can turn around and sell it and make real money out of it. But okay, that's enough. I probably went too long. This has been Bronze Dragon. I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy. And hey, I'll see you in RavenIdle.